Now for part 2 of this review. Mizore's mom, Rosario She, greets and shows the newspaper club around their winter kingdom. Rosario says that her kind is suffering a birth decline. Wow, that's another bit of tragic news. Now we got the vampires on the verge of extinction, the succubi on the verge of extinction, now the snow woman on the verge of extinction. It's no wonder that these girls are so desperate to get pregnant with Skune. I mean, their life. I mean, their species depends on it. Oh, this is. Oh man, I just hope they don't throw anything else at us. Uh, so to accelerate things, Zerar drags Skune to the bed chamber so he could get ready to impregnate Mizore soon. Uh, Elsewhere, Mizore describes the ritual of the Snow Whites, which, in case you didn't watch my first video, Snow Whites actually translate to Shirayuki, which is Mizore's last name. Uh, Hence, you're feel free to make any Disney jokes. So anyway, Mizore described the ritual, and that the girls do it at the age of 17 as a coming of age. Kurumu and Mocha wish to participate so they can find husbands of their own, and Surara helps all the girls prepare, even though they start bickering about who will marry Skune. Kurumu then thanks Mizore for inviting them and approves they're friends despite being love rivals. It's really a nice development to show that Mizore is becoming more accepting of her friends despite being completely antisocial for all the things that's happened to her. So this is a nice bit of character development despite having most likely an ulterior motive. Sorara talks with another snow woman, suggesting the girls not participate because the monster will be there. Girls, you realize you're monsters, right? This just seems kind of odd for you to make that sort of cautionary complaint. Uh, but Soraya says it doesn't matter because she wants the other girls to protect the people participating in the ritual. Uh, Later at night, Mizore starts sneaking off, whispering thank you to Kurumu and asking for forgiveness. Uh, Kurumu, dreaming that she's having sex with Skune, wakes up next to a Skune dummy, and the girls realize they've been duped. Yukari says that when Mizore was talking about the flower, she recalled about something about it being used in her potions, and that the pollens attract the opposite sex, and that's what Mizore plans to use it on Skune for. And the girls go frantic and start going after them. But before they can reach the door, Sarara Shirayuki is carrying a gun and asking the girls where they're going. And I'm not gonna lie, Sarara looks pretty damn sexy with the gun. Even if it is a snowball gun. But as as the manga explains, that gun can break bones, so don't underestimate it. Sarara says she has to fend off the monsters for a while and tells them not to leave. She also confesses that she wants the girls to act as bodyguards for the ritual when it starts the next day. Mizore elsewhere. Sarah says that Mizore wasn't told about the monster, and she has no idea of the danger she's in. Our hero, everyone! And this naturally worries all the girls. Mizore tells Skune about the boy she tried to love, but rejected her, and this led her to picking bad boys, such as the PE coach that tried to rape her, and ultimately leading her to become antisocial. See, that's what I'm talking about. All this backstory is leading up to character development and the explanation for why Mizore acts the way she does. And that's a bit of a nice touch. Skune says that they didn't understand her, and deep down she is kind and caring towards her friends. Mizore begins to request something from Skune, but the girls start shooting at her. Well, more specifically, it's Kurumu. Kurumu thinks Mizore has manipulated them to get Skune, while the girls try to keep Kurumu from shooting. Mizore says her mom's guns are powerful enough to break bones, so they should probably flee. Kurumu is still feeling betrayed by her new friend and keeps shooting, while Mizore starts skiing using her ice powers to make ice ski shoes. Um, Mocha says that Mizore didn't deceive them for Skune, otherwise she would have just invited Skune by himself. And Kurumu asks, what did she do all this for then? But before that could be answered, the girls suddenly hear a roar and are terrified that it's a Yeti. Oh, girls, you don't have to be afraid of that. You've taken on demons, gods, uh, witches, and a whole lot of other things. A Yeti should be nothing to you. Anyway, Mizore takes Skune to the Shirayuki field, and she explains that the Snow Woman can only have children when they're young. Thus, the ritual starts at 17, and after a certain amount of years, they become sterile. Wow, that explains so much. Oh, that's so, that's really sad. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, okay, I think I'm done. So, Mizore says if she fails to make Skune her lover, this year she'll have to be arranged a husband. Man, Mizore leads a pretty messed up life. But then the chapter ends off with Mizore picking a flower for Skune and asking for this one night to make love to her. Wow, this chapter was really powerful and tragic. We got to see Mizore's character development through flashbacks, explaining her behavior, and such as why she's so antisocial, and uh, we but we also get to see it leading up to her being nicer to the girls and seeing them build strong relationships, such with Mocha and Kurumu, and how it would affect them if they felt betrayed by her. And we get to learn more about Mizore's family's culture as well as their situation. I just hope things get better on chapter 11. So we'll check that out next time. Man, this was a tragic one.